For Monday, March 17th plenary session, members of the Edo State House of Assembly come chook mouth on top the serious damage wey the recent big storm caused for many communities for the state, especially for Akoko Edo and Owan East. The storm wey shele few days ago caused plenty destruction, remove roofs from almost 100 houses and schools wey leave many families stranded and come dey in urgent need of help. Our Tori person Oyinfemi Onosimuwa yarn say Honorable Yekini EDHA member wey represent Akoko Edo 1 come yarn the house how the storm take badly affect im constituency and come beg the house to send palliative to help the affected communities.
Mr. Speaker, a motion calling on the federal, state, local governments of Edo State as well as federal and state emergency relief agencies and charitable organizations to urgently come in aid of Irami, Dambala, Oja, Ososo, Akuku, Ate, all in Akoko local government, and Utuo, Ake, and Afuzi in Owa East local government of Edo State, ravaged by a windstorm disaster on the 10th of March 2025. Whereas people of Ojirami, Dambala, Oja, Ososo, Akuku, Ate, in Akoko local government, and Utuo, Ake, Afuzi, Norma East local government is a federal and state constituencies as enshrined in the first schedule, Section 3, Part 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended in 2023. Whereas the primary duty of government is the security and welfare of the people, as given in Section 14, subsection 2B of the 1999 Constitution as amended in 2023. Whereas the Ojirani, Dambala, Oja, Ososo, Akuku, Ate, in Akoko local government, Utuo, Ake, Afuzi, Norma East local government, Age, Mapu, Igoro, Bokili, in Obiano Northeast of Edo State, are merely farmers that contribute to the economic development of Edo State and Nigeria at large, as they produce cocoa, cash crop, gari, maize, and palm oil, contributing revenue to the various governments. Whereas the people are traumatized by the destruction of their homes, with many roofs blown off, making the children, the aged, and the women vulnerable to varying epidemics. Whereas hundreds of persons were affected and various degrees of injuries, depression, and anxieties as recorded, as they have been exposed to harsh conditions. Whereas hundreds of persons were affected and various degrees of injuries, depression, and anxiety as recorded, as they have been exposed to harsh conditions. Whereas children who ought to be in school have lost their books to the rainstorm disaster, thereby looking for shelter to lay their heads. Be it therefore resolved by this honorable House: 1. That the federal, state, and local government should urgently undertake an on-the-spot assessment to ascertain the level of damages caused by the rainstorm. That the federal and state relief agencies to provide immediate palliatives to those affected. That other charitable organizations should be kind and merciful to send relief materials to all these communities affected. That our senior colleagues at the National Assembly be appealed upon to raise similar motions on the floor of the Senate and House of Representatives. So, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kaka Eric, wey represent Owan East, come also chook mouth on top how the storm destroy communities for im local government area, say over 100 families don lose their homes, electric poles and transformers also don break, wey don add more problems for the people. Honorable Eric come show sympathy for the people of Akoko Edo and Owan East and come beg the House to act fast.
Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to sympathize with the people of Akoko Edo, which were the damage that was done by the rainstorm happening in Akoko Edo on the 10th of March. Mr. Speaker, it appears that this so-called rainstorm has decided to do a lot of havoc in the north. Mr. Speaker, in my constituency, particularly in Joshua, Ake, and Akuzi, on the 11th of March, the Speaker, more than 150 families were rendered homeless. The rainstorm came, blew up some houses, and even some electric poles were brought down. Transformer damage at Ake. Mr. Speaker, except the relevant authorities come to the aid of these people in my constituency, and maybe don't light that place in the next couple of months. Mr. Speaker, this is a very sad situation. Very sad one indeed, because today, most of those people that are affected by this rainstorm, they are looking for places to hide their head. They are looking to those where landlords have become tenants. They are looking for places where they will rent houses. And going by the magnitude of the damage, it is not something that the local government can come into. Local government cannot address that, and I know that if the state alone will be able to address it. So it is proper to bring it to the notice of this honorable house, so that Mr. Speaker will use his good office to ensure that something is done, so that it can also be brought to the attention of relevant agencies like NEMA and SEMA, so that they will be able to come to the aids of those people who are involved, so that they will not be rendered homeless perpetually. At least succor should come to them, so that they will be able to return back to their houses. And the worst thing is that going back the degree of damages, the Speaker, some people had the whole roof removed. Some people had their roof removed from their houses and then sent to a different compound entirely. Some people had even the walls pulled down. It's so serious that the Speaker, if you see the video, I'm sure you'll be deeply touched by that. So I rise this morning to sympathize with the people of Akoko Edo, and also sympathize with my constituency, the people of Onwanis. And I want to call my colleague to add their voice to this, so that what has happened now, as we have been praying, did not happen again, so that we have a very peaceful rainfall, type of rainfall that always bring blessings.
Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Blessing Agbeba, could call on the majority leader to chook mouth for the matter. The majority leader, Honorable Charity Agwabawe, member where they represent Ovia North East 1, come agree say the storm affects many communities across the state, not just Akoko Edo 1 and Owa East. Say the timing of the disaster not too good, sake of say it happened during the holy weeks for the two major religions where the state gets. While he shows sympathy for the people wey suffer for Akoko Edo 1 and Owa East, he come also raise concern for his own constituency for Ovia, wey also dey suffer.
Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate, like my brother from Akoko Edo 1 said, that rains, especially early rains, supposedly usher blessings. But where the gods have offended, that what ought to be a matter of blessing has become devastation, sir. It has turned those who once lived in the warmth of their house to homeless people. The same fate, the anger of the gods visited Okoko Ward 8 in Ovia North East 1 constituency on the 14th, Friday, the 14th day of March 2025. Mr. Speaker, it was a ferocious onslaught on the peaceful people of Agemopai, Igbo, and Ugboki. Yes, Mr. Speaker, the sleeping town of Agemopai, Igbo, and Ugbokini received the wrath of nature that they are still lying in their dreams, thinking that they will wake up to no mercy. Mr. Speaker, except something urgent is done, the people will continue to be wallowed in a disaster unforetold, natural, but deep-seated in punishment. It is concerning, Mr. Speaker, to know that this thing is happening at a time where the two major religions in this state, the Muslim and the Christian, are observing the Holy Week. Whereas the Christians are observing Lent, the Muslims are observing the Ramadan. I will not know yourself, I'm told, by the member presenting Ikobaaka, if the other traditional worshippers are also involved in prayers. But if they are responsible, sir, I want to combine the forces of the other two to quell this devastation so that it doesn't happen a second time. If they are not, we want to beg them to ask for their people who operate the cosmic to be kind to mere mortals who have no way of holding the devastation of nature. But in the interim, I want to wholeheartedly sympathize with the people of Akoko Edo and Onwa East while raising my voice for my people so that whatever palliative that is available, because the devastation is deep, wide, and enduring, we want to beg that the government, both at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level, calling on our police at the national level to raise awareness concerning this devastation so that government can be made and these people will be given support. I thank you, Mr. President.
Honorable Kingsley Ugabi, wey represent Isako East, come also show sympathy for the affected communities and come talk say dem need long-term solutions to stop such disasters for future. E come suggest say the government and the people fit start tree planting wey go help reduce the impact of wind and storm for the coming years.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to join my voice in sympathy to encourage the people of Akoko Edo and Onwa East, particularly the people of Dangbala, Ososo, Otu Afuze, Ake, for this incident that has happened and has befallen these communities. Even though it is an act of God, Mr. Speaker, mine will come by way of encouragement and by way of advice that as much as we want support from SEMA and NEMA, the federal government, the state government, and even other charitable house or charitable organization
that will, at this time, advise the local government councils to see how they will encourage community people from all those villages to try and plant trees around. I think when we have trees that are like windbreakers, it can help to control some of these winds when they come, because they will surely come. So, Mr. Speaker, as much as I sympathize, I also we need to put our councils in their toe to see how we can encourage everybody to plant a tree by their houses. I think that's windbreaker. If you go to Abuja today, not just that the tree help to shade for sun, it also help to fight wind when it comes, because this is an act of God. Mr. Speaker, it is painful that some of these people have no houses to stay now. I am very sure if my brother from Otuo, the minority leader, goes to Otuo, I am surprised. I'm sure he will bring a lot of people to Benin to come and stay with him. And so, Mr. Speaker, I had my voice to sympathize with them and to ask that SEMA and NEMA quickly go to these communities and see how they can give these people some relief. Thank you very much.
Plenary session took mouth on top how urgent it will be to send palliative to help the affected communities, and also talk about the need for better environmental plans to stop similar disasters. The House don't promise to tackle the matter with the needed urgency, making sure that the relief efforts go fast and reach the right agencies to reduce the suffering of the affected families. Make una not forget, say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We know the take blame. From Edo State House of Assembly, Ekata Ojisele reporting for TMC TV.